Hi there, this is Heather Kate, and I'm just here to chime in with my 2 cents about the difference between hoarding and stocking up in a disaster kind of a situation, and also how people's behavior changes when their basic needs are in jeopardy. Hi there, and please feel free to say hi or ask questions. I am talking from the personal experience of being in the midst of a war situation. This was like a quarter of a century ago in Croatia. I was a director of communications for a humanitarian relief group that was based in Croatia and Slovenia and Bosnia, and how it relates to today. So people have been talking about hi Julia, people have been talking about how bad it is, like, how crazy it is to hoard toilet paper and water and basic supplies. And I'm here to say it's not crazy, it's not bad, it's actually a really good idea, because this is not a snow day. This is not going to blow over in a day or two or in a couple of weeks even. The pandemic is probably going to go on for months. In Wuhan, China, it took 4 months before, hi Danny, it took 4 months before things started to slow down. So, if having toilet paper is helpful for you, great. I have friends who are recommending using a squirt bottle to rinse off. Super. If that works for you, that's great. But let's just think about the fact that when you're in a situation like this, if the entire country gets locked down and nobody can go to work, that means nobody can, for instance, go to the toilet paper factory and produce toilet paper. So yes, it's entirely possible that we might run out of toilet paper. Bottled water, we take for granted, as United States folks, as Americans, we take for granted that you can go to the supermarket, that you can go to the supermarket, and B, that you can buy whatever you want, and then this place is huge and full of everything under the sun. When you have to drink water that's not good for you, which is, hi Matt, which is, the city water is never good for you. It's full of chemicals. That chlorine's bad for you. It's going to damage your intestines, which is a huge part of your immune system. You want to have healthy microbes in there, and the chlorine kills them. So it's good to be drinking, healthy bottled water. But you might have trouble getting that. Batteries, for your flashlights. This, in a sense, like if you're from a northern clime where you may end up with you know how to be prepared for a big snowstorm, like for a blizzard. The basics that you need food, you need supplies, you need water. If the power goes out, what are you going to do? Hopefully we won't lose power, but the truth is, we have skilled folks doing certain jobs. What if all of those people die? What if they all get sick? And I know this is an unpopular point of view, but it's reality. And then the other thing to think about is when people don't have their basic needs met, their basic supplies, like, food and cleaning and hygiene and all of those good things, what do? They eventually get violent. So be prepared. It's better to have the stuff that you need now and not have to be out there when other people are starting to fight for what everybody needs. So I hate to be kind of a Debbie Downer, and I have been thinking about this and whether I should talk about it or not for a while. But life gets ugly if you don't have the basic stuff that everybody needs. Some of the things that I saw in a war zone for refugees, because basically we're going to end up living kind of like refugees a little bit, although you're lucky if you get to stay in your home. That's a good thing. Piles of feces and that froze in place. like literally, because they didn't have proper facilities. If everything starts to fall apart, then you just kind of need to know that things might change. And when a lot of people die, what happens with the bodies? Who's taking care of the bodies? Who's taking them away? How are we going to dispose of them? All of this stuff is, things that we don't like to think about, and that are hard to think about, painful to think about, but it's kind of good to think ahead. So in future, I will be doing some more videos that will be a little bit more, upbeat and positive, but I wanted to put some ideas out there for people to think about, because although it's not fun and it's stressful, it's preparation will make life easier for you. I hope you all stay well and healthy, eat well, get sunshine, and keep exercising even though the gyms are closed, because moving your lymphatic system is part of how you get rid of toxins, including viruses that are in your body. So, love to you. Oh, hey there. So, does anybody, thanks for the thumbs up. Does anybody have a question about, like stress relief, or tools that you can use, or any kind of questions? If you do, feel free to type it on in. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Kiana. Hi, Matt. Hi, Danny. Hi, Julia. Okay, so since a couple of you are here, I'm going to mention a couple of things. One is that, so here's another pet peeve. People are all saying, be positive, don't panic, don't worry about your feelings. Well, you know what? Your feelings are real and they're important. So I actually advocate paying attention to your feelings and valuing your feelings, and I really advocate paying attention to your intuition. If you're not used to using your intuition, this is a really good time to start practicing. If you feel like your feelings, or you can't, for some reason, can't tap into your intuition, there are some grounding practices that you can do. You can use mudras. I can't do it with one hand, but if you put your hands together like you're praying in the traditional prayer format, and then pull your palms apart and just keep the fingertips together, and at the same time cross your ankles. I know it sounds totally goofy, but it will help to block out anybody else's energy, and so that you can feel just your own feelings and your own energy, and then take action from there. People who are really sensitive, people who are empaths, you might be feeling other people's feelings. That's part of what's, that could be part of what is making things extra hard for you. But there are ways to handle it. So, hi, Laura. I encourage any questions, and I look forward to being here to offer support and resources. You can check out my website. It's www.peacockandpaisley.com, where I have pictures so that it's easier to understand how to do it, of those mudras. There's a course there if you want. But another tip for tapping into your intuition is eating really healthy, so that your body's feeling good, so that your mind, your physical mind, your brain is working well. And in addition to that, loving yourself. And I know, lots of people like to get together in a group. That's how we're made. We're supposed to be social. But getting together online is such a good thing. So I hope we'll all keep finding ways to connect. One of the so I've got two cool things that have sort of popped up in my my little social online world. One of them is that somebody's setting up reading bedtime stories, which there's grown-up, this is a grown-up thing, but I think it's great taking turns, reading from various books that they like. I thought that was super creative. And another one is a singing group that's connected to a college tradition that normally hundreds of people get together and sing these really awesome songs in person, but since all those things are canceled right now, they're actually setting it up to do it online, which I think is super creative. So I know that a couple of you on here are parents with little kids. Does anybody have thing that they're sort of doing that they're especially liking for handling everybody being stuck together at home? I think some of you are in areas where you're supposed to be, but I know some of the other ones are not. There's a thumbs up. I couldn't tell who it was from though, sorry. But I would love to hear how you're handling that. So anyways, please be in touch. Please let me know what you're interested in and what would be helpful for you. I look forward to sticking together in the ways that we can that are healthy. Love you all. Bye.